After 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John with him and led them up a high mountain where they were all alone. There he was transfigured before them. His clothes became dazzling white, whiter than anyone in the world could bleach them. And there appeared before them Elijah and Moses, who were talking with Jesus. Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it is good for us to be here. Let us put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He did not know what to say. They were so frightened. Then a cloud appeared and covered them, and a voice came from the cloud. "This is my Son, whom I love. Listen to him." Suddenly, when they looked around, they no longer saw anyone with them, except Jesus. As they were coming down the mountain, Jesus gave them orders not to tell anyone what they had seen until the Son of Man had risen from the dead.
Have you ever imagined what the transfiguration of Jesus would look like today, in the 21st century? 3 travelers with their guide trekking a mountain trail marked with colorful stripes. In their backpacks, they carry tents, sleeping pads, food supplies, and of course, a flask of wine. As they reach the mountaintop, something incomprehensible happens. They see their guide talking with apparitions, and then suddenly they hear a voice like thunder from a clear sky. Then one of them, Peter, quickly pulls out his iPhone to capture the moment when Jesus, their guide, is radiating an incredible aura of light. As the emotions settle, Peter searches for network coverage, torn between posting it on Instagram or keeping the photo as a private memory. And you? Have you ever, like me, caught yourself looking through the camera frame in an astonishingly beautiful place, missing everything beyond it? In our spiritual life, it's also about what we notice and how we react to it. Today, let's focus on the transfiguration of Jesus and the voice of God. Events of immense significance to us. In the Gospel of Mark, we see how Jesus takes Peter, James, and John up a high mountain. There, his appearance changes in a miraculous way. It wasn't like changing filters on Instagram. It was a real divine selfie. Jesus reveals his divine nature in full splendor. For us, living in a world full of false images and deceptive philosophies, it's a reminder that true transformation begins from within. Peter, ever the quick thinker, suggests building 3 tents. Doesn't that remind us of our own actions? Instead of living the moment, we pause and think about how to preserve it. There are also those paparazzi who think about how to practically use such an event. But God intervenes, saying, "This is my beloved Son. Listen to him." Sometimes the best thing we can do is simply listen rather than planning the next move. What does all this have to do with us? The transfiguration of Jesus teaches us that God's glory can manifest in our everyday lives. Yes, even while choosing a dress or a shirt in the store or stuck in traffic. Every moment can be sacred if we only learn to see and experience it rightly. Like Peter, James, and John, who didn't fully understand what was happening but trusted Jesus, we too are invited to trust, even if we don't fully understand the situation. Our faith is not a camera but a force from which we draw inspiration and signposts in the maze of life's paths. I encourage you today to find your own mountain and allow yourself to be transformed. It's not about grand gestures, but about small changes in daily life. Let's not ration our gestures of kindness to others. Let's be more helpful and kind more often. In the hustle and bustle, let's find moments for quiet and prayer. Open your eyes to God's presence around us, and you'll see that God speaks to us through people, events in nature, and even animals. Remember the story of Balaam's donkey? Its extraordinary speech is meant to make us aware of the power of God's action in His wonderful and unpredictable way. Maybe we won't manage to take a selfie with Elijah or Moses, but we can experience God's glory in our lives every day. Let us pray that we have open eyes and hearts, ready to perceive and respond to God's glory in our lives. And when we doubt, let us remember the transfiguration on the mountain and the divine selfie that required no filters.